Okay, the next item on the agenda is the draft events policy framework. Also another report from the Social and Community Development Committee. Phil, do you want to...
So look, thanks Leanne. Clearly Tim should comment on this too, but just to make it clear that we are going to change one, there is an amendment, I think to point number 6 there. It really is to make sure that we get the feedback from the public consultation, and then that information, the staff would have the workshop with the Social Community Development Housing Committee and the Strategic Capability Committee. So the order of that will be changed. So in fact, it does go out to consultation first.
I hate that word instruct. Can we just change that to
request?
Request. It just sounds, I don't know, very dominating. Tim, did you want to?
Yeah. Look, I think this is really, you know, we can do major events, and as Christchurch NZ is now being tasked with, etc. But the real value to a city is its community events, which sit in between those and how they link. Because if a city's not worth living, working, and playing in, then the major events are worthless. So this is actually, I think, the most important work to be done. And I have said all the way along that the major events and community events have to work hand in glove. And in the past, in my previous life, it was seen that community events were the second cousin, if you like, and it's not that at all. So it's great to see that this is actually the new policy, and it's been overdue. And so thank you very much. I do have a couple of questions, but I think it's great to be moving forward.
Well, do you want to?
Yeah, thank you.
Pick up with the questions.
Point 5 is agreed to forward the draft policy for framework for framework to be released for public consultation. But then on into point 4, we've got that you're working on a community events implementation plan. Shouldn't that follow the consultation with the public? Because how can you implement a plan or come up with a plan prior to the consultation or feedback?
Yes, the intention is to start that after the consultation, after this is gone. So it's really that we soon will begin working on it, as long as it's agreed through consultation and council adopts it.
And I should know this because I'm on the board of Christchurch NZ, but I'm going to ask the question anyway. So on item 2, you know, the combined vision for events in Christchurch between yourselves and Christchurch NZ, so that they would be going out to consult on their plan as well, major events. I realise Richard's there, so I'm presuming that they can be answered.
So the consultations so far on the major event strategy has been with a workshop with the events industry, but also out to the wider events industry. The draft plan will be presented to the board, Christchurch NZ board, tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, thank you. Cheers.
Very good. Any other questions, Jimmy?
I'd like to follow the councillor Scansion questions, because we put on the public consultation is regarding to the event policy framework. Am I right? It's high level strategic direction, but at the moment, at the same time, based on your the information, the Christchurch New Zealand, they will establish currently major event strategy.
Christchurch NZ, sorry.
NZ, okay.
No,
so
I am, and it's not you, Jimmy. I've stopped everyone from ELT members all the way through to councillors. Okay. Christchurch NZ is the name of the organisation.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, and also start a moment developing the community event information plan.
Brand person.
Because that's under this umbrella. This my view. If we get a feedback from the community or public, they have some view. You know, it's different from our draft one. Then we establish these two different Christchurch NZ the strategy. Then the council staff is a community implementation plan. But how come? We need to have a further amendment or not?
Good question, Jimmy. The intention behind the workshop between the Social and Community Development Housing Committee and the Strategic Capability Committee will also include Christchurch NZ and give the two committees the chance to workshop precisely that issue before council releases any conclusions to the public. So that will be debated, but we just aim to do that with the benefit of public feedback.
All right, so I presume, Tim, would you like to move it? And would you like to second it? Any discussion? I'll put that motion. All those in favour say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. That's carried. Thank you. Thanks for all your good work.